Hey Flosstube, it's Kerry in Stitches. It's Friday the 17th of June, they said July then. This is Flosstube 124. Welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're a new viewer. You've stumbled upon my channel. It's all about cross stitch and sometimes a couple of other little crafts that I do here and there. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. It's lovely to have you here with me. This is going to be a quick Flosstube today because it is really warm in here. I've had to close the door because the extension next door is still going on. It's very loud. I'd really hoped that I could have recorded outside today, but I actually don't think I'm going to get to do that this summer. It's supposed to be the hottest day of the year here, but it would have been really nice to have sat and recorded outside, and maybe I'm going to have to get up at like 7 o'clock next time because the builders seem to be working from 8, so, you know. Wimbledon mug is out because grass court tennis season is upon us. I've been watching Queens. That's another reason for me recording this morning. It's because the tennis will start soon, so I'm happy. I love my tennis. That's why no Flosstube has been watched this week until this morning. Because obviously I've been at work and then come home and watch the tennis, so yay, watching Queen. Mostly watching Queens this week, which is one of my favourite tournaments. So yeah, cool. I've got a couple of FFOs, I've got a few whips. Stitchy Bug's been a bit this week. Reading variety, can't I say it variety? No, I'm reading a lot again. At the moment, I've hit now over 100 books this year so far. Mostly trashy Kindle romance kind of novels because that's kind of my thing. But I'm happy. Keeps me happy, but I've been reading a lot, and some days I'm reading 2 books, and my stitching has taken a dive because of it again. But hey, if we're doing what we enjoy, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, I'm going to just jump straight in, show you the whips. Oh, what's been going on? Nothing. It's been 2 weeks. Nothing's been happening. Weather's been getting warmer. 2 weeks. No. Jubilee weekend. When was Jubilee? 17th, 15th. Yeah, Jubilee weekend. We had Jubilee weekend. That was lovely, and watched all the things and the concerts and the parade in the afternoon, which was really, really clever. And if you haven't seen the Queen and the Paddington clip, I'll pop the clip down below because it was brilliant. The Queen's such a good sport for doing that, having a tea party with Paddington Bear. So, as you can see, I was planning on recording outside because I put everything in a box to take out. Everything's in there, the whips, the finishes, the FFOs, everything. And I just took my haul out because it was crinkly, so I just not take that out because it's going to get crinkly all the time. Right, I'm going to show you. Let's start with whips, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to not show you a couple of things. I've got a couple of super secret projects on the go. So one is being stitched on this and using this floss with just a tiny hint of brown, and the other one is the flosses, and I've got a couple of greens as well. And there we go. And that's the fabric, and that's just it's a sparkly either. So those are my super secret projects. You'll see them in a few weeks' time. Projects, whips. So Rovaris home from Punch, Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine last year. I'm loving stitching these. These are my travel projects. Mystery Ada, it's 18 count. That's where I'm at. So basically, I'm getting about 100 stitches during my bus journey, so I managed to get those 2 sides done this week. So I've got to decide what colour I'm going to do for the fill-in, because I did buy that one, but I think it's going to be too much variegated because it's not a huge deal of different from the other one that I'm using. So I'm just going to go with it. I've got the chart and I've got the bag of sulkies out because I only tend to try and take 1 or 2 colours at a time with me. So that's my travel project. Next Next up we have another punch needle and primitive stitcher chart. This is Dancer by Barbara Anna. And I started this last year with Heather and Sharon. I know lots of other people stitch this too. It's just beautiful. And I'm stitching this on the 32 count Balsalt linen from Zweigart. And I've actually got quite a lot done since the last time you saw this. So last time you saw this, I don't know when it was, but I finished the antler. I did these houses here and did all the snow here and all the snow there and the snow dripping down, and started on Dancer's head, which to me just looks a bit like Yoda at the moment. So pleased with that. This is one of my whip goes for this month, so I'm hoping to get a few more days into it. It's one of those projects that I actually think 7 days on it will see me really quite close to the end, which means I think realistically 10 days, but we'll see. I count my days as around 300 stitches, so I'm just going to have to pile stuff up here because I did this in a really terrible way. Okay, so next up we have, oh, and I haven't got, oh, I've got a clipboard here. Right. Gets organised, makes life easier. There we go. I don't usually bring my clipboard in with all my charts on, but I'm assuming the cover photo is here. So this is, or maybe not. Oh yes, there we go. So this is Samplers and Stitches, Jubilee Joy. And I'm loving stitching these at the moment. Considering I hesitated about it and then I thought I might just do the red sampler and the God Save the Queen, Happy and Glorious is becoming my favourite whip. So anyway. This is 36 count belly bronze by Sparklies. You can't get that anymore. I am so sad. But I had 2 pieces in my stash. So that's where I'm at with God Save the Queen. You can see I stopped halfway through because I was doing a challenge. And I've got some of the little white doodads in, little white flowers in. So basically I've got left to do, and the flowers, some of them are white, some of them are blue. So that shouldn't take long to finish. And then the other one, which Happy and Glorious, this is on another piece of barely bronzed. I've got the flag done. I love that. I think it's a fabulous chart. So I'm really pleased with that. And I shall carry on stitching that this month too. And I'm using mostly Cool for colours. I don't know what I've done with them, but I'm using mostly Cool for colours. I think I had. Yeah, I didn't. I've got Oscar, don't know where it is, but I've just swapped out Olive and Oscar for Grasshopper and Bullfrog, Dublin Bait for Blue Heron Weeks, and everything else I had. Oh, an Old Hickory. I'm just using the DMC. So it's about a 50-50 split of changes, and yeah. Next up, temperature library. I've been actually managing to get some stuff done on this, and today's it's like supposed to like hit 30 degrees. That's going to be red. How exciting! You just don't know how exciting that is. So we actually, and yesterday's temperature I think was 27. I'll soon tell you. I printed this up yesterday. We got a 26, which is the dark orange. Maybe. So I'm actually now working a lot into these temperatures here, which is exciting. After the green, it's exciting. So last time you saw it, I was still in April. I haven't done the thing for April, and I haven't done May's whatever yet, but I'm not worried about too much of the April one. I know what I want to do, but I just need to tweak the design that Jardin Prive done. Yeah, it needs tweaking for I haven't done that. So I'm 2nd of June, so I need to, and I've charted a union standard for it to go in. So that'll be cool. There we go. Yep. So I'm hoping to stitch a bit more on that this weekend. Another 10 houses is 330 stitches, so 12, that would give me 12. Because what I'd love to do is stitch, I want to stitch my longest day sale, which is going to be on the 24th. I'd actually like to be caught up enough so I can stitch the 21st, which seems a bit random, I know, but I'd like to stitch the longest day on my longest day sale. That's where I'm going with that. So that's where we're at with that. And we're going to go with, oh, right, so, okay, so this is whips into finishes. So from In Friendship's Way by Blackbird Designs, I'm stitching the strawberries, except I'm not doing that one because I don't like it. There we go. So I have stitched, and I'm moving that needle before I stab myself with it. Stitching these, I picked the other 4, one for each member of the family. This is on an over-dyed piece of Sparklies. There we go. So you saw that one before, and my new finish is Emily's Strawberry, and I changed the colours and everything, and I actually added an extra because it should only have, that should be the design for the strawberry. And I just kind of looked at the template and went, you know, I could go around the back a bit further, and I made it my full initials. There we go. So I think that's really cool. Two to go on that, which I'm hoping again this will be one that's I'm going to try and get to this weekend, because I loved all the Blackbird and things that I've done for, I don't know why I'm putting that away because I need it for a finish. I'm loving all the ones that I've done for Mania, and I just actually want to get all my other than the Rovaris home, because I knew that was going to be a long-term project. I actually just want to get all my other projects done now. So all the Blackbirdy stuff, because all the Jubilee's done, apart from samplers and centers, which I'm now, they're just kind of whips now. But all the little Blackbird smalls, which I wanted to get done in the month, I'm just trying to finish them off. So I've got 3, I've got the 2, I don't know if I've got, oh I have got it. I've got 2 from, I've got that one and that one left to, oh no, those 2 left to do on the house. So, and is it this book? Oh, I've written the wrong book down on my notes. And that one to do. And then I'm done when I finish the strawberries. So, but technically I did only say I was going to do 2 strawberries, so, you know. Anyway, so, as you know, this is what's happened with these Blackbird things. I've gone, I could do that as well. And while I've got the book out, let me just finish them. So, I'd only ever intended to stitch the alphabet, but then the numbers were there as well. I don't think I kind of noticed the numbers first until I was actually stitching it, and I went, I could do a little cotton reel with numbers on. She says, ferreting in a bag for the reel. I don't know, Kerry. It could be more organised, but then where's the fun in that? So, because I didn't want to waste that the tiny strip of Dr. Smith's tonic that I had left from after I FFO'd the thing that I had there, which was literally, I'm not kidding, I have it here. That was the piece that was left over. So we're talking what, an inch base, 18 inches. Wasn't gonna waste it. Can't get Dr. Smith's tonic anymore in. It's my favourite Sparklies neutral next to Barely Bronzed. And I just thought, wouldn't it be cute to have a little one next to it? So this is just an old vintage cotton spool. I wonder how many of these were just chucked out, or to be honest, wouldn't, probably thrown on the fire, you know, all those years ago. And I think that's, you know, all these projects we could have done with them. So anyway, so that's where we're at. That's why I stitched. I actually added a little border just to fill it out. I stitched it in blue spruce. Let's put something white behind it, might be a bit better. Blue spruce from Gast. There we go. I haven't put my initials on this one. I mean, I could add it on the end. I might well do that. And so that's going to go same sort of finish on here, right round. And I'm actually going to do, which I may live to regret now, I'm going to announce it. I'm going to do a little tutorial on how to do a really simple finish for that. And then, because I was feeling extra, and oh, I don't know if I showed you this, but I painted the cabinet. So, and I'm going to, so this is where all these little smalls will eventually end up, the ones on the shelf and the ones I'm stitching now, and the strawberries and everything. I might paint the inside of the door, I don't know yet. Oh, I've just spotted a bit I missed. So, you know, as you can see, it's not, my painting's not perfect. This is literally, I know a couple of people have asked me how to do it. I keep saying I'm going to do a tutorial. This is how I do it. Warm soapy water and a scouring pad. You know, like the disposable sponges you can get, kitchen sponges with the scoury thing on it and the sponge on one side and the scoury thing on the top. Use one of those, use the scoury side and warm soapy water, like literally dish soap, and wash it out. Wash the whole thing. Give it a really good scrub with the scourer. Let it dry. Doesn't usually take that long. And then I get a tube of acrylic paint and I slap the paint on. I mean, she says, look, I'm going to have to paint these over. And I didn't even tape the glass because I knew I could just scrape it off because it's acrylic. Excuse me. So I just paint it. It does take, apart from the bit I've missed. So I've just painted it, literally, you know, painted it. Nothing fancy. When I'm happy that it's complete, the painting's finished, I will, and I do need to actually do inside the glass of the door, not as well. I need to get a super fine brush out for that. I will wax it, and I will explain how to do that when I get there. Yeah, it really is that easy to do it. So, and I can't reach any of the things I've got, but it's basically artist's acrylic paint. It's nothing fancy. It's not like Winsor & Newton paint or anything like that. It's whatever the works. Sorry, let me phrase this. It's whatever I can pinch from my mum's house, or Tom has from college. It's just basic acrylic paint in tubes, and sometimes I mix colour if I want one. That was a WH Smith's one, and that was called Sand. I was like, actually, I really like that colour. I don't need to change it. Going with it. And then I just and I wax it with. I probably can read. Then I wax it with Rust-Oleum furniture finishing wax, using a soft cloth, and then leave it. Job is a good one. Nothing fancy here. So anyway, I'll show you. I'm going to do a finish for that, which will live in the cabinet. I'm going to the craft show next week at the NEC. Anybody going? I got free tickets, so hence why I'm going to go. If you are going to the NEC craft show next Saturday, 24th, let me know. Drop me a message. Maybe we can meet up. I doubt anybody's going. It's to someone when it's teeny tiny. I'm only going because I got free tickets. But there are loads of discount. If you're thinking, well, maybe there's not. I don't think there's going to be any stitching, but I'm looking for finishing stuff. I've got a list, a few beads and stuff. It's just a nice way to spend an afternoon. Lot and I are going because it's cheap. Because she goes free and it's cheap. Yeah, children under 16 go free too, and it's cheaper on the train if I take her. So she says she goes in free and makes it cost less altogether. So win-win. Yeah, I know it's the small one. It's not the big like in the November or the March ones, but it was the right time, and I just thought, you know what, fancy going. I've got a list of a few ribbons I want to buy and some beads, and I want to get some ditzy print scrapbook paper because I don't have to buy a whole pad, but sometimes you can get super cheap ones. Or anyway, I'm gonna see what I can find because I want to kind of wallpaper the back of that cabinet with a white ditzy print kind of vintagey looking paper. So yeah, I'll know the paper when I see it. So that's my plan. And to go in that, I'd stitched with another scrap of fabric I am not throwing this bit away either, because something may happen with it. I'm still debating tiny biscorner. Although I have a tiny biscorner that could go and live in there. So I stitched, these were the pinball thing motifs, and they were both supposed to be stitched in mascara or something, or coal or something. But I did, that one's in Raven, the bird's in Raven, and then I did, I think that's mistletoe and something else. There we go. That's supposed to be black as well, but I made it green and pink to go in. And I'm going to put those in those little teeny tiny mini hoops, because I measured and it's just about big enough. It'll be fine, I'll finagle it and it'll be glued in. We won't worry about it. It's not an heirloom. But after I stitched these, I stitched the Raven, because originally it was just one. I was going to just stitch the Raven over one, and then I might do the other one a bit on over two, and stick it in a slightly larger hoop. And I'm like, I've got fabric left, I could do this. My fingers, because I was stitching, holding it like this all evening to get the tension. Oh, didn't my husband's going, get a small hoop, won't you? You've got things to hold it, why don't you get one out? I'm like, no, I've got to go in the cupboard, and I don't. Ow, ow, ow. 20 stitches, go in there, start doing this. I don't know. Anyway, maybe I'll just do a little finishy thing with that as well. You never know. Right, so those were my finishes, just those couple of bits. But I do have some FFOs for you. So, you saw me, I'd stitched, well, I'd FFO'd most of this. This is actually just foam core that I've cut to size as a flat fold with scrapbook paper. But I left it a bit short, so, and they didn't glue particularly well either. Anyway, I have corded it since using the Fondness tutorial. Just a bit of cord. It's kind of how I seem to like my cording finishes, just the tied or the knot. So, and then I finished the 70 Weediflower Designs. And I actually, what I did for this cord, so I already had a ready done cord that I'd bought, and it kind of got lost, but I kind of wanted some purple in it, so I corded some purple and used that and kind of did an experiment. It worked as sort. It's not a great cord, but I think it's okay, and it works. That's actually like a London Underground style thing. I didn't actually do a backing for that one, so, but it works. It was a quick finish to get on my Jubilee display. I love a happy accident, and I pulled this frame for the one I'm going to show you before and hadn't done it, and it was one of those that I finished and hadn't put up for the Jubilee, and I just was just kind of looking around thinking, I don't know, flat fold wasn't calling to me, and I was kind of thinking, I don't really want to do a cushion. I would have, that was kind of my next go-to, and I was like, Anyway, I had this frame out and I thought it would fit, and I was just kind of doing that thing where I'd cut some mat board to fit the frame, I think, and I kind of just literally draped that over the top of the mat board and pushed it in the frame just to see how it would look. Nothing wasn't ready. There was no tape on, because I've just used stitchery tape. There was no tape on the back of the board or anything ready to go. I hadn't trimmed the fabric or anything. I was just seeing whether it worked, and I got it absolutely, as far as I'm concerned, absolutely spot on. First time, went in like that. So there's me trying to hold it in place in the frame, sticking tape on, folding it all down, trimming excess fabric. But I love this, and this is actually the frame I was going to paint for my demo, and I'm glad. And I looked at it, well, actually that's a really quite a nice frame. I'd rather not paint it unless it's the perfect frame for something else and it would be better in a different colour. I didn't want to just kind of paint it. There's a random frame in my stash. I love the colour of it, and I think it's perfect for this. So it's just a little, I've kept the, and I'm so happy with it. My last frame, which I'm not overly happy with, but the frame was right. And I'm so sad because the range don't have these anymore. This was one I had in my stash for something else I bought. And I found it and I was like, oh, would it fit? And it did. And then I walked all the way over to the range of the week, because it's kind of a bit of it's a 15-minute walk out of the city centre. And I had some time to kill. And I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm going to go to the range and I'm going to see if I can find these frames. And I can have 3 matching ones for all the Jubilee Joy pieces, because they're all much for muchness size-wise. Yeah, they're like 82 by 82 or 83 by 83 or 85 by 82. They come all in that kind of ballpark. So that was my plan. The range stopped doing this frame. I was like, so sad. Anyway, so I left it in this. It's not the most perfect framing job by any stretch of the imagination, but I like it. It's good, and it's up in my display. And I'm so happy with it. That's stitched on the other piece of that Bailey bronze to 36 count, and I used Louisiana hot sauce for the thread, and I love it. Really happy. Considering I was umming and ahhing over those samplers and stitches charts, they've actually definitely been one of my favourite starts this year. Somebody who was I watching this morning? Who's Flosstube? I watched Kelsey at the Cross Stitch Farmhouse. Yeah, she asked the question, what was your favourite start so far this year? Gotta say, I think it's these. Trying to think what else I've started. Temperature Library and Gamer. Yeah, they're good, but if I'm going to sit and chat, I might as well sit and hold the picture up. What else? That's some really, I mean, I've loved my Coffee Time finish. So the other finishes I've done. But start-wise, I think it's probably these. Just because I started it because I really like this one. And then I thought, God Save the Queen's not that huge amount of stitching. I like it too, I'll stitch that one. And I didn't really intend to stitch Happy and Glorious. And I'm absolutely loving it. So that's where we're at with all the stitching. I'm just putting everything back in the box. Let can go be put away. Okay, on to I'm going to do haul. Yeah, let's just go. Okay, haul. So my Sparklies came in, and I had some Harebell. Yeah, it's fairly close. Just a really pretty blue, sky blue. And then I will take this piece out. This is Galane. They're both 18 Cat Ada from Sparklies. Anybody want to come to the beach with me? Isn't that glorious? I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it, but I knew I had to have a piece in my stash. And Kate does a similar one with the grass, sky and grass one, and I forget what that's called. And I don't know if that's on my wish list or not. But I love that, and I think it's really lovely. I'm excited. Crinkle compostable bags. Right then, next up, Cross Stitcher magazine. This is 385 July 2022. I thought this was the August one. It's unusual for, it's only came in the week. It's unusual to only be a month. Usually, like, you know, it's April and I'm showing you the September edition. Anyway, there we go. Cross Stitcher July 2022, 385. And the cover kit's in the box. That's the cover kit. Came with all the bits and bobs for it. Contents. Out there, basically, florals. We all know that florals are very much in. Trend spotting. I wouldn't exactly call platinum stitching, platinum Jubilee kind of trend. Apparently butterflies are on trend. Stitching with Julian chart is like bubble blowing kind of one. Willow Fabrics offers. I'm sure ridiculously expensive for what they are. This is lovely. That's the Nature Diary Months by Zoe Patching, and that is the July one. That's really pretty. You could easily leave off the July if you just did this one. Butterflies. Told you they seem to be trendy. That's actually quite cool though, because you can. They've done similar ones to that before with butterflies. They are really good if you just want to pick one to do on a card or what have you. As she turns the page and goes, that's what they've done. No, they haven't. This is fun. flamingos. I just wish they gave better instructions on how to actually make it. I pretty much can figure it out. It's a pincushion in a like basket, but you know, it's just kind of a 6-step thing. So they don't give you a better one at the top. But the top is basically flamingo, one flamingo surrounded by leaves. There's that one there. There we go. I really do quite like that though. That is a fun make. Notes and letters. Jungle themed cards. Woman is on a Doreen Jones for those. I do like playing Guess the Designer. Oh, Maria Diaz. Got it wrong. Greenhouse. A lot of detail, and that's beautiful though. Bigger than I thought. 128 by 132. A little idea for a keyring. Summer sampler. It's a. Don't know. Because the chart's massive and goes over about 4 pages. Faye Walsh. I thought it was a Faye Walsh design. Little Dove. She's a Faye Walsh little Dove. But again, a nice one that you could just do bits, you know, part. You wouldn't have to do all of it necessarily. Cat glasses case. That's Maria Diaz again. We've got Lolly and Sweet Treat alphabet. I like the fact that they've done the letters as Neapolitan ice cream. That's fun. Hats for all occasions. That's not the whole picture. There we go. This is almost full coverage. There we go. Summer reading. An interview with a model stitcher who's just started designing. Get a steady stitch challenge as bookmarks. I do like the Amanda Butler one, which I like. Which is that one? Kind of reminds me. Well, let's say reminds me of my spot sampler. Yeah, same designer. No wonder. And the One More Chapter one is Sharon McKinnon. So they've got like festival funky things to make friendship bracelets and a hairband with feathers and oh, that was in a different one. Dream Destinations London. Nice to see them use the Tower of London rather than Big Ben. It makes a change. Amanda Butler again. And that's it. Next month, Free Design is a rabbit. And look at that box finish, and I want to stitch it now. I love that. It's just amazing. I love lighthouses, little alphabet, beach huts. I'm afraid I'm going to have to stitch that. And I am going, Dawn, I'm going to kit it up straight away because that's the only way I get these things done. So that's Cross Stitcher July issue 385. Right, plans. Stitch F1 this weekend. I have to write these things down, otherwise I forget. And then my longest day sale. I will insert a screenshot of my plan. So, okay, the longest day sale is my stitching challenge. Well, it's not my stitching challenge. Jo of Serendipitous Stitching, a blog that I've followed for many, many years. Jo came up with this idea to basically you stitch on all of your whips on the longest day. I'm doing mine on Friday because it fits better with my day. So I've done this now. I say this every time. I don't know how many years I've done this last year. 4 or 5, 5 or 6. I don't know. Can't remember when we started it. I started it back in blogging days, so it's pre-Flosstube. So I'm going to say this is my 6th year. Let's go with 6, AJ. Yeah, great. So basically, you stitch on your whips. How you choose to do that and what you class as stitching on them is up to you. You could be doing 10 minutes, it could be 30 minutes, it could be one length of floss in each one. So I kind of like doing timed options. I like a good plan. Other people might just literally get their basket whips out and just go stitching, 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 next one, stitching, stitching, and not worry about it. I have a plan. I like to stitch oldest to newest, and then that way, if time starts ticking by, and it has done before now, and I've got to 11 o'clock at night and I've still got 4 whips to go, and then they get 10 minutes each. Or if I'm like, if it's a whip that I've stitched a lot on recently, I might say, do you know what, I'm just going to give it 15 minutes because it's had a lot of love lately. At least I can say I've stitched on it. So that's kind of what I do. I'll put a picture of my plan in here because that will... I'm going to get confused. I'll just put LDS as my notes and I'm going to start thinking, long tuck sampler. Anyway, as you can see, I have 2 plans because we do have an appointment to go to in the morning, which can't be changed. And so I'm not a morning person. I never have been. I'm never going to be. We just go with it now. I'm not much of a night person, just somewhere in the middle. So I've kind of made 2 plans. One where I stitch on everything for 30 minutes when we get back from our appointment, and one where I just kind of try and fit it all in. I factor in meal times and a break around the time the kids come home from school and college. Actually, done with college. I've got this exhibition next week, so we're going to go and see that. So that kind of thing, just factoring some breaks. And also, if I only end up having a 15-minute break, but I'm also running a bit behind, it's a bit of catch-up time. It's time to put stuff away and just kind of, yeah. I'm not going to vlog this year. I'm going to do a slideshow because that's going to make life an awful lot easier. I've already part prepared it. Yeah, so that's where we're at. There are some whips, there are some things that I think might be finished, so I haven't put them on the list. There are other things that I don't think will be finished and have gone on the list. So, anyway. Yes, I'll pop it, as I say, I'll pop a screenshot in just so you can see how I plan, and oh, you will have seen it because it went in a minute ago. If you fancy joining me, but you've got like 50 whips and you're thinking that's impossible, just come challenge yourself to see how many you can hit that day. Mine's 25, so which is the most. I think I had 23 or 4 last year. 18 is my comfortable number. Should really not be doing it after Mania. I'm gonna have to stop stitching loads of stuff for Mania because I think there's like, I think I was at 18 before Mania, and now I'm at 25 because of Mania, because I'm only going to stitch on my current Rovaris one. I'm not going to do all 3 that I've still got, but the samplers and stitches ones I'm counting as 2 separate whips. Yeah, so 3, and I think there's some Blackbird Designs strawberries on there. That's 4. I don't know. It seems to be a lot. Birthday presents for a certain person. They won't go on the slideshow. Well, so much for thinking this will be... Oh, yeah. I made some new minders. They were paper fastener brad things. But they're cute. And they're lightweight. And they're flat. So, anyway. Just have sorts out there. That's it. So... I feel like there's something else I should be saying. No idea. Anyway, let's leave it. I might put a quick video up maybe Thursday about my longest day, or maybe Friday morning so you can see. Yeah, Thursday. Join me. Let's give it a go. If you can't do it next Friday, do it any day you can next week. If Saturday's better for you, do it Saturday. Just kind of indulge in the longest day. My family are very much kind of on board, knowing that's my day where I will just sit and stitch all day. Yeah, so take care. I will speak to you all in 2 weeks' time. I'll pop the slideshow up of what I stitched on next week. And take care, friends. Have a great stitchy fortnight, and I'll see you all soon. Hey Flosstube, back again. Forgot a couple of things. So first of all, under 1,000 subs club, brainchild of myself, Heather, Link is my homeboy, and Sarah, our Stitching Kingdom. Stitches are under 1,000 subs club, we shout them out. So today's shout out is for Bridget, who is a new Flosstube. She's got a couple of videos out. Love her stuff. She's the museum stitcher. She's in Texas. She's got whips by Hello from Liz Matthews. She's got mirrors. Citrovia. She finished the, that's a Guardians of the Galaxy then, the Guardians Ingleside Imaginarium one. Yeah, so she's got some really fabulous stuff. She's a quilter, knitter, crocheter too. So great. Loved her first video, and I've got her second one in my to-do list, my to-watch list. So go and check her out. And my second thing I forgot, got a giveaway. I have filled a box with lots of charts and cover kits from magazines. There's all sorts, so there's Disney, there's flowers. It really is an absolute mixture of stuff, some Christmas stuff. So if you fancy a couple of little smaller ones that I've stitched before, so if you fancy this, if you're thinking I'm not sure there's anything I want to stitch in there, also great for putting on freebie tables at retreats. There's an idea for you. Tell me what your favourite thing you've stitched on this year so far. I think my favourite start, as I said earlier, was probably the samplers and stitchers. Favourite piece I've stitched on, I love my cotton reel that I did, the one that's up there. Ooh. But I also love the finish on Coffee Time by Ink Circles. It's just, yeah. So I don't know. It's so hard to pick, isn't it? So just tell me what your favourite finish is. Favourite start. Just tell me what your favourite project is this year so far, and I will enter you into the draw, and I'll draw that in a couple of weeks and get that in the post. I'll post anywhere. I'll be over 18, so you can give me your address. Don't mention giveaway. If I say don't be a subscriber, then that will no. Be a subscriber. Don't mention giveaway. There we go. Right, I'm off, friends. I really am going now. Take care, and I'll see you all in a couple of weeks' time. Bye bye.